Hello, Aku here again. Welcome back to FTB Unleashed. I'm starting off in the laser driller room. Now, I was saying before I wasn't sure exactly how much power these take. Well, a nice person called Ralph let me know that the maximum input for a pre-charger is 125 mg a tick. So these are putting in 144, so these are getting extra. So this is getting the maximum amount of power it could process, which is pretty cool. So it's good to know that I'm doing it as quick as I can. So yeah, so I can ignore this room forever. I do need to sort that out. This episode I'm going to start on expanding IC2 because it's something I've been slacking on. I'm going to try and get this episode up for 1 o'clock today. If not, I'm going to put this one up later and I'm going to put my extra B episode up in its place. But you'll know if the B one came out first. I couldn't get this one up in time. So yeah, IC2. Our IC2 stuff at the minute is these 3 little machines, compressor there. I just made some 64 more carbon plates. This is not automated, I have a carbon plate production. And I've got a macerator on top of there because I made some quartz stairs that I didn't like, and you need a macerator to get them back to quartz, so I ended up making a quick macerator. What we're going to start with is, I'm going to go upstairs. The first thing I'm going to put down is MFSU. So I'm going to have, I think, 3 MFSUs. I'm going to make 2, and then I'm going to transfer this power into it, and then we'll use that into a third one. So I'm going to start with that. So I'm going to do everything with also crafting, of course. So let's go MFSU and add that in code, and then we'll see what we need for this. So we know how to make advanced circuits. We know, I think, how to make MFEs. Advanced machine blocks, something we don't have to make yet. So let's add that onto there. In fact, let's quickly check what we can autocraft IC2 wise. Don't think we've done much. So we've got machine block, we've got circuits, cable, RE battery, glass fibre, gold cable, and mixed metal ingots, and then the raw carbon mesh. Okay, so not much at all. So let's start down here. MFSU, advanced machine block can go with that. So the crystals and all stuff like that, right? So let's crack on with getting all this stuff sorted then. So MFE itself wasn't there, was it? So we'll add that in code. We need to add Lapatron crystal in code, and we need to add the crystals that make up the Lapatron crystals and stuff. Now I prefer using one with diamond because I haven't got any rubies. Encode that. Now the only problem is, see, that's slightly different. I wonder if that means that when I craft one of them, we'll see actually, let's see if this works. I might have to change them a little bit. So MFE can go there. Lapatron. See, there got the empty bar, whereas the ones in the actual crafting pattern wasn't showing it. So let's see if we can make one of these. MFSU craft, begin. It looks like it's getting stuck on them for me. Don't seem to be making them. It should be making them instantly because everything's in there. So let's see if we make some of these manually. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops. It's made them straight away, look. Yeah, that's still waiting for them because it's a different type. Right, so what I need to do then is see if I can override these recipes to actually ask for the ones that have got no bar on them. So let's try and write these again. Let's put that back. So in fact, right, a little bit confused here. Right, let's make one of them as well then. Lapatron. So of course that ain't gonna craft either, is it? Because, or is it? Yeah, look, that's asking for one of them as well. Son of a bitch. So right. So let's crystal. Starting well today, starting well. Let's see about, oops, wrong thing. I'll put that in there and then encode a fresh one. So that should ask for the right one now. So we can get rid of that one. Shift right click with it in your hand, becomes blank again. So we've got a new Lapotron crystal pattern there that uses a different type of energy crystal. You know what I mean? So that may have let's cancel that for now. Let's make a Lapotron, try making a Lapotron crystal again then. See, that made it now because I'd changed the pattern. Excellent, that works. So what I need to do is I need to put in the pattern again for that, and I need to change them for them. Re-encode it. That's quite cool. So if you put the pattern back in there, it shows you what your pattern's for. So you can just change the bit you need to change. Encode it again. And that should be changed. That should have changed them. So now MFE, MFSU, we'll throw them back in there and we'll see if it crafts this time. MFS craft begin. Let's see if it gets stuck again. No, it didn't. Excellent. There we go. So little things to be aware of there, because when you craft them, it crafts them with the empty bar underneath. I kind of noticed that, I think, when I did the nano armor. So let's make another one of them. MFS begin. So what I want to do with this? Well, power wise, I was going to do nuclear reactors to put more power into the laser drills, but it looks like we're not going to need that. So I think I'm going to use nuclear power for my main IC2 power. What I am going to do is I've got a solar panel, so I am going to work to upgrading just this one to an ultimate hybrid just for the sake of doing it. But I'm not going to have a big bank of ultimate hybrids like I have in the past. I am going to set up some kind of automated nuclear power. But we can use this one to start us up. Now, to upgrade this into an advanced, this has got both compact solars and advanced solars in this mod pack, I believe. So yeah, we could make it into a low voltage solar array. I found that a little bit too easy. Basically, just put 8 of them around the thing, and you can just mass produce them so easy with ME network. So I prefer going for the this one, the advanced solar panel. So that'll give 8 EU a tick, and I think that gives 8 EU a tick. This one, of course, though, needs iridium, so we're going to have to work towards a UU matter producer first, a mass fabricator. Mass fabricator. Yeah, mass fabricator, that's right. Just getting confused with my Greg text then. So I think the first thing to get sorted there is a little power bank. So I've made a third floor, a second floor, should I say in English. Ground floor, first floor, second floor. And all I've got up here at the minute is a ME access cable that's not connected. So I need to work out where we want our power. And I think I'm going to run my power across the roof in this room. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have 3 of these MFSUs across the top there, I think. But I'll have the power facing upwards. So let's send flight on. Let's get my Omni wrench and oh, do I want that? I think I do. Power going upwards. There we go. Nah, don't like that. Don't like that already. What I actually want is, I think, right there. Oh. Come on, idiot. Come on. Too short. There we go. And then I'll put the thing right on top of there, the solar panel. And I say when we get some UU matter, I will be upgrading the solar panel. So I think it looks like I put the solar panel on right where I'm going to want that light. No, is it there? There we go, excellent. That kind of works for me. So first up, solar panel's going to go there. So at the minute we're using lava power and solar power. So that's going to slowly start filling that up, one of you a tick. Barely significant amount. Well, what we can do now is, what we can do, oh, I've moved Corey into here as well. It was getting a bit sad, locked away in the water plant. And I've given the overseer a name, workshop overseer. He keeps things working on this floor. He's a mean taskmaster. So what we can do now is we can use our force wrench. Where are you, force wrench? There you are. So let's break that cable. Force wrench to grab the MFE I mean. Boop. And jump up here. So arcane levitators to get up here. And I'll stick the MFE just up there. I'm going to point it towards that. I'm going to put the glass fibre cable there. What that's going to do is going to quickly drain the MFE into the MFSU, and then we'll make another MFSU, and we'll set our little lava thing up here as well. So the reason why I'm doing this up here, I'm going to run cables across the roof and then down to all the machines. That's my idea. So it'll probably be a little bit expensive on glass fibre cable, more than it needs to be honest. But I like doing things a little bit excessive. I think what I need to do is get this sorted. Let's get some ME cable, and I'm going to want some more. No, I've got just enough I think. Let's get this guy connected, and then I can actually craft stuff up here then. So people say, why don't I make a wireless access thing? I generally end up sticking it in a bag and not getting it back out. I have tried to use one before. I actually prefer to have an access terminal on each of the floors I'm going to use one. So I'm going to have an access terminal here. I think I might actually put that there. Tell you what, I will. I'm going to change that and have it there. So it's different to the rest of the floors. I may have to change the floor, make it look the same. Let's get rid of this. And I think I'm going to run that underneath there for now. Of course, everything in here is going to be connected to my network, so we need to work out how to get all this cable to the machines anyway. So we are going to have to work out where machines are going to go. Oh, bugger. One brick short. White force brick, facade on there, and then I want a grey force brick light. There you go. So you can see having access up here makes things a bit nicer. How's that doing? Right, I'll be back when that's drained. We'll get a third MFSU made, and then we'll work out where we want our machines. Back in a bit. Okay, so total change of mind, total change of plan. What I was going to do, what I've decided to do is I'm going to make some nuclear reactors. I am going to have these. What I'm going to do, I've had a little look on the IC2 nuclear reactor forum, and I'm just going to go straight for it. I think I'm going to set this middle MFSU up to run at the minute off my little power generator down there. My, what's it called? This thing. Geothermal generator. So it's going to grab that out with a force wrench, like so. Boop. And let's grab this in the tank for lava. And what I'm going to do is just use that to fill the middle one up. That's going to get us going while the other stuff builds up. So geothermal is going to be facing the wrong way, but no big deal. Just to wrench it this way, can I? Yep. And it's going to run power straight up from that into that MFSU there. So that Memphis U has got the solar panel on top of it as well, so it's going to get solar power and it's going to get geothermal power. So all I'm going to do is, this is temporary. This will be going. I don't want to use lava. I'm going to use it all nuclear, I think. So I'll put that to that, and that'll keep that full. So we have got a power source, which is good to be going on with. My machines down there, I'm not going to bring up just yet, but I think I'm going to have them. So I've got power lines running down. See, the thing with IC2 machines, you need power going in the top and out the sides. Anyway, so I'm going to make 2 nuclear reactors to start with. Little single chamber ones, and they're going to go here. And eventually, I'm going to up these to bigger ones and possibly have more control. I want redneck control and all and stuff like that. So let's start with making reactors. Now, let me down. I wasn't going to go straight for machines, but these do need going up there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have each one is going to have 2 transformer upgrades, so that they can take full power. I'm going to overclock them to shit as well. Overclock them to the back teeth. So nuclear reactor. I want to make one of these. Generator, pretty straightforward. So what machines? We haven't got any generator or anything, have we? No. Okay, let's start with that then. So again, this is going to be so much easier because of applied logistics. So generator, we can make RE batteries, we can make refined iron. We just have to make iron furnaces. So then we should be able to make generators. So these machines are all going to run down this line. I think is the best way to do that. So we've got RE battery, as I said. We can make refined iron. We can make refined iron, can't we? Oh, refined iron. We can make refined iron. It's in here, I believe. No, we cannot make refined iron. Interesting. Okay, let's add that to the recipes then. I'm sure I've done that. No, can't done. Okay. So let's add that. 1 iron. Can become 1 refined iron. Let's just manually made some then. So clear 1 of them can become 1 of them in code. And that's a furnace pattern, of course. So we want that to be in there. So now we can craft refined iron on demand. As if I didn't do that before. I'm sure I had done. Never mind. Have I got more furnaces? No. That's not a furnace, is it? No. Well. Oh well, I am getting old. I do forget stuff. So we should now be able to make a generator. So let's try that. Generator. Boosh. Come on. Right, what we're waiting on. Let's have a look. So is the RE battery pattern wrong? So the one it makes is one that's not fully. Yep, that's going to be the problem, isn't it? So the RE battery, I want this to ask for. Needs. Oh shit. Ah, son of a bitch. I wrenched me bloody panel off the wall. What's going on here? Put that back. Panel. It's turned it into a basic one. What the hell? It looks like wrenching that off the wall turned it into a basic one. Yeah, look. Information panel extender. So be careful. If you wrench advanced information panels, they become normal ones. Interesting. Okay, I'll quickly remake that back in a sec. Well, that was actually pretty quick because I've got the patterns in there, so I could just make them really quick. There we go. What I need to do here is, and them two basic ones I'll just throw in there. What a bastard. What I need to do here is make an RE battery, which I can craft. Begin. There we go. That's maybe one of them. And again, same as with the other things. To overwrite that was requested for a full one. And to overwrite that with a not a full one. With a not a full one. Put that back. And now that should work. I'll probably have to cancel that though. And try again. Gen. The generator. Begin. Excellent. That works. So next part then. Nuclear reactor. Reactor chambers. We can make advanced circuits. We can make generators. So reactor chambers. Dense copper plates. Okay, these need compressing. We haven't set the compressor up to the system yet, so we're going to have to manually make these. So let's grab 8, 16, 24. What else we need these in? Let's have a quick look. Let's have a quick look at what these go into. Dual uranium cells, we don't need any of them yet. Quad uranium cells, we don't need any. We don't need any 60k coolant cells we might need. We definitely need heat exchangers. So we need 3 for each of them. 4, 8, 12. I'll make 3 stacks worth, that'll be alright. And I've not got power down here. See how things go tits up quick. Right, so compressor needs to be upstairs. I'm just going to take that out of there. Break that. And I'm going to borrow the transformer upgrade out of there just for now, so it's got enough to take power straight from this lot. And a bit shabby, but I'm going to do this. I'm going to right, don't want to connect that until I put the transformer upgrades in. So that's going to go there. Once 2 transformer upgrades. So the transformer upgrades let me take higher levels of power. So a compressor can only take low voltage. So 1 makes medium voltage, 2 makes high voltage, and MF issues put out high voltage. So that's what that's about, in case you was wondering. So now we connect to that, it will explode, and it's going to slowly make some copper ingots. What I'm going to do as well then is, that is slow, isn't it? Is I'm going to cut the camera. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Let's carry on. Let's fight adversity. So have I got transformer upgrades in here? I've not. Let's have a look at them. Back to the nuclear reactor in a minute. Transformer upgrades. We're going to need to be able to make these. So pattern for the MV transformer there, and then everything else we've got, so pattern for that. Cool. And now we want overclocker upgrade. Now this needs coolant cells. The only way of making that is with coolant cells, it seems. With GregTech there's different ways of making that, but this is only one way. So coolant cells, we need a water crafting thing. So that's something else I need to make. I'm going to have to make these manually at the minute, I think. That's the only way of making them, innit? Shaped IC2 crafting, by the look of it. Okay, I have to make them manually, I think. Let's get a stack of water cells and manually craft some of them. I want the one with the water cell, which uses tin, which is a bit of a shitter. So I should actually use the one with beeswax, shouldn't I? Water capsule, there we go. Let's give me the one with a bucket. Right, I've got some over here. Doing things on the fly. Over here I've got some water capsules that I used in the climatizer that I no longer need. So I might as well waste them. Well, use them rather than have them sat there doing nothing, is what I actually mean. So I'm going to put that in there. There we go. Encode that, and that lets us use these beeswax water capsules. So I've got like shit ton of beeswax. I've got 21k beeswax that I'm going to need to sort out some because it's getting a bit too full, my bee products one. Nothing is in danger of overflowing there just yet, but it's getting there. So coolant cells, we've got a pattern for them, and I'm just going to sling these in here. That should be able to make us a good few of them. So that's the only thing that needs to autocraft really is for that, so that's all pretty good. Overclocker upgrade, encode. 3 more things for in there. And in fact, I'll put them down here. Upgrades. Yeah. So can I make some overclocker upgrades then? Let's see if we can have 10. We can. Excellent. That will speed up this bit a bit. So there is a post showing how many overclocker upgrades each machine can take. I think this might take 10. It might take 6. I'd have to check the forum thread or the wiki. I'm going to put 10 in, see how it goes. So they're going there. And what this is doing, it makes it miles quicker, but it takes a lot more power. But it makes it miles quicker. So once you've got plenty of power, making it quicker is fine. That will have significantly took a bit of power out of that. Well, that's all good. We've got our dense copper plates, which is what we needed for the time being. So they can all go in there. Go back to nuclear reactor then. In there, the pattern there. Reactor chamber. Encode into there. And then reactor itself. Encode into there. And now we should be able to make 2 of these. So a nuclear reactor, if you've not made one, you can add extra chambers to it. So this is the actual reactor thing, but that other pattern there we made, the chamber one, you can add chambers all the way around this. So if, for example, that was my basic nuclear reactor, I could add a chamber there, 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 and there to make it a 6-chamber reactor. I've got no more wood. But at the minute we're just going to start off simple with single chamber ones, and we'll up them later on. Nice single chamber, should not create any heat or anything. The one I'm going to make is going to put out 100 EU a tick. So what I'm going to do then is I'm just going to stick these on the wall, and we will be taking these off the wall later and bringing them out one. Oh, we could always just put the back chamber into the wall there actually, because we've got, yeah, they'll probably stay there forever then probably. I'm going to connect them up, same FSUs, like so. And if you look in this, so they have an inventory, and then each extra chamber adds an extra line onto this inventory. So that's how you actually get more size. With more inventory, you can put more things in, so you can get more and more power out because you've got more things in there. The way nuclear reactors work is uranium cell in it will tick every tick and put out some heat, and that heat gets turned into power. If you have more than one cell, that obviously you add as much power that each cell ticks. If you have cells next to each other, they tick into each other, so they double up, so you get a bonus. So yeah, right, we need to make the internal components then. So I'm using, like I said, I'm using the IC2 forum. I'll put a link on it on this episode. but I'm going to make it nice and quick by making everything I need in the MFSU thing, in the ME crafting thing. Makes things so much easier. So what do I want? I want overclocked heat vents, I want component heat exchangers, I want uranium cells of course, component heat vent, overclocked heat vent. Right, so if we look on this, there's a real nice thing called an IC2 planner, IC Reactor Planet version 3 I'm using. And there's the one that actually says what bits I need. Let me just check. Additional information. No, okay. So I have to work this out as we go. So if we look at IC, so there's all the nuclear stuff coming under here. Let's try this way. Let's try this way. What will the bits be under? Not tools, not wiring. Machines utility, possibly? No. What I'm looking for is the bits of IC2 that add all the upgrades. These things. I'll show you if these are their own section, but they don't seem to have. Anyway, don't matter. We'll work it out. What I'm going to need is overclocked heat vent. Heat vent, overclocked heat vent. I need to make them. So they need reactor heat vent, which needs a heat vent, which is that, right? So overclocked heat vent, we'll backtrack it to what we need it to. Craft, encode, bam. Overclocked heat vent, backtrack it again, so that, encode, and then the thing itself, encode. ME crafting, I love you so much. So we should be able to now make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So I'm basically, this is just you'll see it on the link what I'm making. So over craft 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now I need to make sure I've got enough of that dense copper plate. It looks like it's gone. Let's make some more of that. Looks like it, doesn't it? Waiting for dense copper plate by the look of it. So up we go. Quickly make some more of these. So nuclear power is quite copper intensive, as you may be noticing. So the next episode after this will be getting these 3 machines automated into the ME network, and I'll be doubling them up as well. I'll have 2 of each. I'll need 2 of each. One for sending things straight in, and one for sending things in via interface. So how are we doing? 7. We've got 7 of them. Wonderful. These don't stack. Not quite so wonderful, but manageable. And then we need 2 component heat exchangers. Component heat exchanger, there we go. So it's a heat exchanger. Heat exchanger, and then component heat exchanger. And there you go. One, 2. They don't stack either. Okay. And then 2 component heat vents. That's them guys, I think. Yep. Component heat vents. So heat vent we've already made the pattern for. Component heat vent we need to make the pattern for. Encode. In we go. Yeah, I love that there actually. Two of them. One, two, and I'm going to want some levers. Let me put. I'll leave that out for now. Tools and weapons can go back. I've got loads of levers in here. Two levers. Bosh bosh. Right, so that's all that bit. And then, oh, of course, the bit I'm missing out now is the uranium cells themselves. So, there's two ways of doing these. You could do it so that use a thing called a breeder reactor, which I may get into later just for the sake of doing and the sake of showing. But for now, the breeder reactor uses near depleted uranium cells to make them into re-enriched uranium cells, like that. And then you can use a breeder reactor to get one, so you can get 8 cells out of each one uranium ore. But at the minute, because we've got a shit ton of uranium ore, I'm just going to do it this way. So refined uranium cell. So for that, we need to be able to, because my bees are making quite a lot of uranium. Look at that, I've got 800. I'm going to make a stack of refined uranium, which is back to the compressor. So you refine uranium in a compressor, becomes uranium ore, refined uranium I mean. While we're doing that, of course I've only made enough stuff for one reactor. I need to make all this again, what I've made, because I've only done enough for one. Now this full cycle will put out 20 million EU, and our MFSUs only hold 10 million EU. And I was one short. I need to make another component heat vent for there. And then bottom of this is going to be our uranium cells. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4 components. Back in a minute, I'll make the rest of this. I'll double up, make the bits for that one. I'll be back in a bit. Okay, back then, made my last component heat vent, made the bits for this one as well. So, what was it? There, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. So now it's a case of making the actual uranium cells. So we need to make empty cells, which is just tin. Get 16 of them. So we'll add that to the craft pattern, to the Mac. So empty cell, thank you, and then uranium cell. Thank you. So in there go. Yep, good stuff. This refined uranium can go in there for now. That actually wants to be added to, I guess, my ingots thing. Shall I do that now? Ingots. Let's have them back out. Bop, bop, bop. Put that back, and now they'll go in there. And just see if anything came through. Yeah, look, 1 copper did, 2 iron. Anything else? Nope. Right, so now we can make these uranium cells. And I am going to want 12 of these. And I'm pretty sure these don't stack, that's correct. Oops. 12 of them. Up we go. Now, will this turn on when I put them in, or is it off by default? Off by default, I thought so. Cool. That's actually better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these will put out 100 EU a tick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Before we start them up then, what I'm going to want is, I'm going to use this redstone control on this. So I want to do it there. Emit if full. No, I don't. I want it to be... emit if partially filled. Yes, that's correct. Same with that one. Emit if partially filled. So what that'll do is, it won't work if it's empty, will it? Let's try. I maybe want some better gate conditions on this than what I'm going to put on, but for now I'm just going to go with some straight rednet cable. This will get more complicated in time, trust me. But for now, it's weird, isn't it? How it connects to that. I'll probably run this behind as well, so you can't see it so much. Because I don't like the way that connects to every fucking thing. Right, so conditions on these. We'll just double check what conditions we've got. You can't see it while it's on, which is a bit of a ball ache. Emit if partially filled. Emit if empty. Do not output energy. Do not output energy, it's less full. Nothing. Keep clicking the wrong thing. Emit if full. I kind of want that inverted, to be honest. I want it to emit when not full. Makes sense? See, emit if partially filled is alright as long as there's at least a little bit in there. Because there's none in there, it won't start up. If emit when not full was possible, should I just make it inverted straight away? Run it under the ground. Let's do it. Do I have a redneck controller pattern in here? I don't believe I do. No, I don't. It'd be there with them. So redneck controller. There's a baby shouting downstairs. I think he's shouting me. I might have to cut the camera and go see him because I don't know if he's going to shut up. Let's make them guys real quick. There and there. There we go. I can look at controller now. Oops. Oops in everywhere. So, program with redneck controller. Begin. Complicating things a little bit. Right, let me work out where this is going to route and I'll go see my nephew for a bit. I'll be back in a bit. Okay then, I'm back. I'm not particularly happy how this looks. I would really like it if all the mod makers accepted facades for the cables and stuff. It upsets me that everything's visible. But what I've done is, this side's covered up, that side's not quite covered up yet. So I could show you. I've done orange into the back of the MFSU, magenta into the back of the reactors. The MFSUs are set to emit if full. So what I'm going to do is, I have two separate channels on the, get out of the way Corey, always stood in the one place I don't need to stand. I'm going to have two channels here, both with inverters on. And the first channel is going to be input output right, orange is going to invert input output right, magenta. What that should do is turn the reactor on, and it has. Wonderful. So that's now cooking away, filling that up under the U a tick, and when that gets full, that'll invert. It'll turn the invert off. So that will only run when there's room in there for it. Awesome. So I'm going to do exactly the same on the other channel. I don't want to get an emerald for some books, thank you, at the minute. You son of a bitch. I'm going to this side, seeing as he's not playing. So, second channel, exactly the same. I could have done this different. I could have dropped it down one and had them both at the top, but just using the same. So this one's going to be input output left, orange, input output left, magenta, and that'll turn that one on. Cool. So tidy the walls up, and we've got a nice little bit of redstone controlled nuclear reactor there. Now my plan is of course to automate all this, automate the input of cells, stuff like that. We'll probably move to a third one of these reactors as well. We'll start upping the power, see what kind of output we get when we start using mass fabric and stuff like that. One other thing I want to do quickly in this episode is, for safety, what we need is reactor sensor location card. Yeah. Is that it? No pattern for that. What's going on? Why no pattern? Nuclei. Oh, it's a kit. That's what I'm after, innit? Of course. Remote sensor kit. That's what I'm after. It's make them. So I need to make dirt. I also need to make digital thermometers. Is that one? Yeah. Digital thermometers. And stick them in there as well. Anything else I needed from that? Paper I've got. Okay, let's make some of them then. And I'm going to make 4 of them. And I'm going to make another 4 advanced. I possibly make too many of these advanced information panels. Another 4 of them. And we're going to need something different this time. We're going to do a range upgrade. So that's 4 of them. Let's put the range upgrade thing in there as well. I've made some of this stuff before, haven't I? So I should put it all together. Where's the other bits of it? They're in there. Okay, I'll put all them together later. I don't need to do that right now. So what we're going to get is, make sure I'm not going to do this, my chunk boundary as well. So, where should I have these? Where should I have these? I'm going to have them. I have 2 of them here. 1, 2. And then if I come up here, I'm going to have 1 there, 1 there. I should have brought the sensors up with me as well. I'm going to invert them. I'm going to make them small. I don't want them there, do I? Where do I want them? Back in a minute. Let me just sort this out. I'll tidy it up and I'll be back in a sec. Okay, back, and the video is nearly 50 minutes. I don't know how I'll do it. I thought I'd been speaking about 20 minutes. What I've got here, I've also made this thing called an energy sensor kit. It's pretty straightforward. That one uses an EU reader, which is a bit of glowstone and some basic IC2 stuff. So what we've got is a remote sensor kit and an energy sensor kit. The remote sensor kit, we want to click on our reactor with. Boop. It turns it into a sensor location card. And the energy sensor kit, we want to click on our MFSU. Boop. And what we can do with these now is bang them both in here. 1, 2. I've had an issue where I can't type in there at the minute. It keeps blanking it out. I'm not sure what's causing it. I'm going to restart the server in a minute and see if that's my issue there. But I don't know what's going on. I'm going to go with blue, screen colour, orange text. I've flattened it to the wall. So what I'm going to do on here is, on the reactor, I'm going to have on-off status, heat level. I'm not going to have max heat or heat melt and temp on. I'll leave it on a second just to show you. I'll turn them off in a minute. Output, time to cycle end. And then on the energy sensor one, I'm just going to put energy and fill percentage. Because we know that can hold 10 million. and we can work out from how much is in there, how much is free. So we don't need them two on. But if we look at this now, if we turn it on, boop, we'll see there we've got temperature set at 128. The max heat is 10 million. Sorry, 10,000. So we know we're not in trouble. Melting, it'd melt at 8,500. That'll start melting things around it, setting fire to stuff and that. Outputs 100 EU a tick, as we knew. That'll go for another 2 hours and 22 minutes. And at the minute in the energy cell, it's the bottom bit there, we've got 2.8 million EU, and that's 20%. Of course it is 10 million. So like I said, I'm going to turn max heat and melting temp off, and I'm going to call this 2. So that's pretty much the only thing I can write before it goes in. And you can also have this could have a separate title. So you could have like Reactor 2 and then MFSU 2 on your panel there. Weird how that's not really working right. I would like to actually make that a gap in there anyway. So there we go. That's a bit of information on our power up here. And I've done it for the same for one here, and I've done it exactly the same downstairs as well. But downstairs we had to do a little bit extra. Downstairs, because this is quite far away from up there, what we've had to put in these is a couple of these things, range upgrades, which you saw me add the pattern for. Each one of these adds an extra 8, so if I take these out, you'll see there, look, that panel's out of range of the reactor and the MFSU. If I put one of them in, it'll get me in range of the reactor, but not the MFSU because that's a little bit higher. So I needed 2 for each of them. There we go. So I can, from down here, I can see what my reactors are on, see what temperature they're at. The temperature and the output's never going to change, to be honest. But so the time remaining is all I really need to see what's going on there. Once the time's at 0, I'll want to put more cells in there. But it's good to have that bit of information in it. There we go. Nuclear reactor episode. Yeah, next episode we'll start automating the IC2 stuff up there, and start working towards a gravity suit, I reckon, or at least a mass fabricator anyway. So I hope you're joining me for that. I hope this was enjoyable, and thank you for all the new subs. Thank you for any likes and comments and stuff. All very welcome and appreciated, and I'll see you soon. Cheers. Bye.